Twitter is debuting a subscription service called Twitter Blue. Is it Blue Twitter? Salesforce is expanding first-party data with Snapchat, Google integrations. How to get your Spotify musical birth chart and create a perfect playlist with friends. Mars and Wrigley, all the candy bars are joining the reality competition that I think is going to be on ABC, a show for aspiring influencers called #FollowMe.
It has to start somewhere. It has to start sometime. What better place than here? What better time than now?
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the latest edition of the Radcast. Hey guys, what's up? It's Ryan Alford and Josh Hill.
What's up?
Welcome to the latest edition of the Radcast News and Advertising Update. Today is Friday, June 4th, 2021, and it's also National Donut Day, my friend.
An amazing day for everyone involved.
I'm going to eat some donuts. I haven't eaten them yet, but I'm going to eat some donuts today.
Yeah, you have to. It's a holiday.
I know. I talked about this when we talked about the paint that Dunkin' Donuts was making. Strawberry sprinkled cream, plain donut on top, bottom, whatever you call it.
That's so good. That's my move.
Are you a filling donut kind of guy?
If it's available, I'll eat it. But
which one are you choosing? Like, let me give you 3 donuts on the plate.
Let's do it.
Plain, glazed,
right?
Krispy Kreme,
Mm-hmm.
chocolate frosted from anywhere. You know, maybe with some sprinkles, maybe without.
Right.
Boston cream from somewhere delicious. What are you choosing?
I'm going for the Boston cream.
Okay,
you got me at that one.
You're the heavy, all in juiciness, creaming out, coming out the side like all over my face. It's like Donut City.
Yeah,
all
take me there.
I kind of like those too myself. Even though Krispy Kreme plain is like heated up. Whew, hard to beat.
Absolutely crushable.
Yeah. The problem is I can crush 17 of them.
Yes.
Like I eat one, I'm like, cool. All right. 6 donuts later, I'm like, I'm still hungry.
Yeah.
Why is this?
Yeah. When they're cold, I'm like, oh, I can't eat more than 2.
Exactly.
But when they're hot, it's just like, I'll have 17.
I think they melt inside your stomach.
Yeah. They don't exist.
I hope we're making everyone starving. If you're running on the treadmill on this Friday morning, eat your heart out, baby, because you need a donut.
Yeah. Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts. We will be sending you the bill for the sponsorship.
Yes. I have trained myself already, so I've earned the right for my 27 donuts. But how's your week been?
Been solid. A lot of cool stuff happening in the ad world and new tech, new approaches, new things.
Cool. The you follow Bitcoin at all?
Oh yeah.
Are you invested a little bit? Okay.
I got a slice of a Bitcoin.
Slice of a Bitcoin?
Yeah.
You have a slice of other coins?
I have a bit of a Bitcoin. Yeah.
Any DogeCoin?
Yeah, I actually have a little bit.
Yeah. You've been following the up and down?
Yes. A lot of down.
A lot of down lately.
Following a lot of down.
This week's been back up though.
Yeah.
Last couple days.
Yeah, I'm not down as much.
I know.
It's great.
We record this. The problem with, we do pre-record, and by the time like later in the day that this is running or whatever, it's possible that there's been like, 30% loss or something. It's like we're trying to make these news episodes evergreen, but it's like, unless you're live with Bitcoin, you never know.
Yeah.
Someone's already like crying on the floor because it's been 3 hours and it's lost 80% of its value.
Do the classic crypto guy thing online. It's like, this is not financial advice.
Yes, exactly. There almost needs to be like 27 disclaimer. Like if there's 1 or 2 for like normal stocks, hey, consult your advisor if you before investing and all this, but most stocks aren't going to go to zero in like 5 minutes. Like, right. And I'm not saying Bitcoin is that volatile, but let's be honest, crypto's pretty damn volatile.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I will say I made a nice little chunk of change on DogeCoin though in like February, March. So
yeah,
I kind of pulled back watching the bloodbath that's happened, but now it's starting to kind of retread. So I'm like, do I jump back in or is this temporary?
Yeah. I'm gonna ride it out, see where it goes.
AMC's back at it. They're gained like 80%.
AMC
Wednesday.
to the moon.
I know. Like, are there AMCs on the moon?
Probably.
See that article headline or whatever? Elon Musk is up there having donuts.
Yeah. Donuts, watching movies.
Oh yeah, with his space truck or
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
he's got. He's probably got a moonraker up there.
I bet.
I think he is James Bond, and we just don't know it. James Musk.
James Musk. James Musk.
Coming out. Yes.
Double
Yes.
O.
Yes. 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 What else? Any big? Did you enjoy your Memorial Day? It feels like this is like the good and bad of now. Like we don't savor anything anymore,
Yeah.
because it's like on to the next thing. Like it's the social media, like viral. I think every bit of our lives has become like we've turned the page so quickly. So it's like I feel like it's been a month since Memorial Day, but it's been 4 days.
Yeah. It's been so long. But yeah, it was a great Memorial Day. Did some cleaning, hung out with friends, had some like delicious food,
Right.
made a couple focaccias.
Ooh,
Getting crazy out here.
cautious. I do see your baking skills on Instagram, like in my story feed. I'll be
Yeah.
like swiping through, like, man, that looks good.
I'm dabbling.
Call me over. I'm like, dude, I'll be there.
I should bring some snacks next time.
Yes, for sure. Coach K announced that he's retiring. So you're a basketball fan out there. Coach K, the Duke Blue Devils, who, if you aren't a Duke fan, you probably hate them, but not figuratively speaking, not literally, hopefully, but pioneer in basketball, him and Williams from UNC. So both North Carolina and Duke's coaches announced their retirements. Obviously, UNC's is this season, but Coach K gone after, I don't know what they're going to do.
Big stuff. Yeah.
That's be like, like Saban or any of these Belichick, like these pioneers of the sport, like going away. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, for
I wonder
sure.
if a guy like him, like, he does his podcast now and he does different things. So, and I mean, he's older, but it's like, I don't know, like some of these guys, they just wilt away, like, cause that was like their life. I don't know.
Yeah, they either I feel like they either like maintain some kind of like consulting or like commentary like position, but like otherwise they just kind of get bored.
I know, because it's so intense.
Yeah.
It's like you're traveling with a team. I mean, I don't want to say that any other job is not intense in its own way, but coaching in sport and the lives of the teammates, and especially basketball teams being smaller and like more, a nucleus and everything, like, I don't know. I think it's just be hard getting away from it, especially when you do it for like 40 years,
That's like your life.
Literally, it's their life, because they travel with the team. They're practicing year round or training and all these things. And yeah, we all do our jobs year round.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it's as intermixed as the way sports seems.
There's a difference between like stepping back from a job than like changing your whole lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. It is a complete lifestyle change, but lots of news this week. Eat your donuts, but we'll get right to the advertising news. So, number one on our list here, Twitter is debuting a subscription service called Twitter Blue. Is it Blue Twitter? I don't know. JetBlue. We're going to call it JetBlue. Anyway, the point here is they're $2.99 a month. The ability for super users, you got to be a super user to get this, or just someone that's willing to pay $2.99. You can essentially, key features include like some kind of read mode that streamlines threads, and then the ability to call back tweets before they completely go to the nethers of the interwebs.
Yes.
And other like support and a few other things. Any first reactions on this thing?
Honestly, feel like it's been a long time coming, because there's so much of Twitter is just people being like, I can't believe this app is free. But
Right.
I think it'd be a great tool for anyone who's got like a couple thousand followers or more to go ahead and get on. I mean, $2.99 a month.
Very low cost, very, very low entry.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely know the like feed can get really
Hairy.
yeah, but I'm a big fan of Twitter. I've been on Twitter for
I
quite
go
a
in
while
these
now.
waves, like I'm on there. I have some following. I don't know how, because I'm not as active as I used to be. They stick around, I guess. They just don't do the mass unfollowing from me. Like, this guy's never active. I don't know. I guess they're hanging around in case I tweet something. But
Right.
But like, I'll get in there talk mainly about sports. I was like, it's like my passion points. Like I'll get in there and I'll look back and I'm like, I've talked about like, on all my other platforms, I'm like, personal development and work and the podcast. And I go look at what I've done on Twitter. And I'm like, all it is about me bitching about somebody saying something bad about a Clemson player.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this has nothing to do with anything else I do on any other social network. And I just called someone a punk ass bitch. What happened to me?
Gosh, in the social media world, I feel like Twitter's like grabbing a drink at a bar with your friends after. Like you go to LinkedIn, you go to Twitter, then you're like you go to Instagram, and then you're like, all right, now I'm gonna really kick it back and I don't know, loosen the belt loops a little bit.
Yes, exactly. I do think it's interesting if you'll probably start to see more of this from the social networks. I also saw, the fleets, which are the disappearing story type content for Twitter. I've done like 2 ever, and then I fleeted. But they're going to have story like ads. Disney and a couple other people have gotten on this early because they just need yet another place. They've more money to do it than just need another channel to put their content in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what you think about that. It's same down the same path a little bit.
Yeah, it's just kind of a wash, rinse, repeat deal for social media. It seems.
I haven't seen like the early data. I know they're demoing it. They're sticking with it, I guess. But yeah. I don't know how many people. Are you fleeting? You tweet a little, but are you fleeting?
No, I haven't posted. I posted one when it came out, and I think most of my friends did one, and I haven't seen them since. Really, like follow a few hundred people.
Read my lips. No.
Yeah, exactly.
In other words,
yeah.
Next on our list on the news, the front headlines of marketing and advertising. Salesforce is expanding first-party data with Snapchat, Google integrations. I feel like it's every other day.
Yeah.
Everybody's freaking out. We're going to do a series, Josh. I'm putting you on the spot right here. We're going to do the future of cookieless series with both guests and our conjecture on that. And this plays right into it. It's, Salesforce is like the number one CRM integration platform, whatever you want to call it. It helps you manage your customers. It's huge. They're one of the biggest companies in the world. And they have all this data, and you have a huge CRM, so you're pooling all this first party data, and it's like, what do you do with it? So now they're creating even more tie-ins, more leverage points for how you can use your data in your first party data that you've aggregated through them throughout other platforms. Thoughts on this one?
I think it's great. I mean, this is kind of going to be a standardized approach for a little bit for a lot of these platforms, and that's been a thing that people should have been on already. Is if you're a business, you have to own your first party data. You've got to have it available, collect that, keep it. Don't throw it into some Excel file that gets lost on someone's desktop. Yeah, get it on a CRM, keep it on a CRM. And I think they're finally doing just this. And I think we're going to see a lot more big partnerships in the future of big data companies like Salesforce partnering with these big like behemoth platforms, because that's the only way they're going to be able to like continue making the revenue they are.
Yep. And I'm working on an article right now for a potential story with a journal I think small businesses are in trouble with digital marketing because the larger companies and larger scale have both the money, the technical know-how, and the bandwidth to survive some of this bumpy road over the next 18 months with cookies going away.
Right.
And having a lot of first party data because they have a lot of customers.
Right.
And small businesses are going to be on the losing end of a lot of this because ad costs are going to be higher.
Right.
Cost of acquisition is going to go up because you can't target as good. No matter what they come out with, it's gonna suck for a little while.
Yeah. And
the complexity of it all is going through the roof, and I think this is really going to squeeze the low end.
I think so too. They're going to have to get really creative with their creative. And
yeah, the creative's going to have to be better.
Yeah.
I mean, these are some of the things I'm pointing out is like, what are the implications of this? Your creative's going to have to be better. Your branding's going to have to be better.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to be able to stomach a little bit of the ups and downs of this for how it plays out.
Yeah. A lot of people are probably going to have to lean more on their like local PR, local, like talk to their customers they have, try to get those referrals. Stuff we've been saying.
Yep.
But
it's going to become even more important.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. So Salesforce, Snapchat, Google, the big get bigger and have the ability to create these tie-ins, and it's good and it's great. And I'm not the killer of capitalism here. I'm just more a little concerned with what happens in the middle and bottom ground with some of these companies. Number 3 on the list: how to get your Spotify musical birth chart.
Yes.
And create a perfect playlist with friends. So I know you've already done this. I've read about it and looked at my app for about 30 seconds. Did it come out? Was it literally? It's been out for a little bit.
Yeah, just a couple days.
First impression. I mean, it's cool. Like, I get it. When I first read it, I was like, just from your birth year, I'm like, I don't know how much music. I was born in 77. I aged myself here. Like, I don't know. I think I have a few tunes, like I like Clapton, a little, some older stuff. That was just Motown. Like my parents, all they played was Motown when I was a kid. But, but no, it's more of your specific playlist and aggregation and ability to share with friends. I know you've already played with it. What are your thoughts?
I think it's fun. I was thinking when I was watching it, like every single, it gives you like an array of slides of like, oh, you like to listen to this at this time. Like that's unique to you versus all the 325 million listeners we have on our platform. Like, oh, only you would go from this artist to this artist. And so it was this really interesting, like, individualization of the consumer where they kind of like Spotify really knows its audience base. They're fantastic with their like algorithms to create playlists for you. Yeah. And then like they went beyond that and they always had their year-end playlists of like, oh, here's what you listen to this year the most.
Those always scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
they've been listening.
I'm like, man, I really listened to Boyz II Men that many times.
It's like, I gotta get some taste breakers in here.
Ace of Base. I had no idea. And I'm like, oh, my kids have been like playing with this thing.
Yeah, for sure. But
Old Town Road 437,000 times.
Yeah.
Clean version.
Yes. But they know how much music is important to people's identity and like kind of expressing themselves through what they like. And so they leaned into that and created shareable content that makes makes their users feel seen. I thought it was great. Yeah,
we were looking at that video right before the pre-episode. That was pretty cool. I love the layers, and Spotify does this really well with the way they share content that's shareable.
Yeah.
They always give their guests like an extra something, or they'll send me an email or something. It's got a barcode, like you scan it and it's like goes up. Oh, and then they make it easily shareable. They do a really good job with that.
Oh, definitely. And I found out my sun sign, according to them, is Patsy Cline, which is not bad.
Yes. Finally on our list, Mars and Wrigley, all the candy bars are joining the reality competition that I think is going to be on ABC, a show for aspiring influencers called #FollowMe.
Yeah.
You knew it. It's like in other news of expected and surprised it hasn't already come out.
Yeah.
Like follow me. So influencers, mentioning who they put in this group. It's probably going to be the usual suspects, but the essentially going to follow them. They're going to do a competition based on something from Mars and Wrigley and all the candy bars, business based, trying to gain additional followers. And I think I'm like, how are they going to I don't know exactly how they're going to measure this perfectly, but trying to get the most followers. It strikes me as kind of like The Apprentice meets influencers.
Oh yeah. It's kind of meta too. It's these big company does an advertisement of young kids trying to do advertisements for them. And then on the other side, it's like influencers are trying to be influencers. And so we gave them influential spots on TV shows and all these tools to be influencers.
We'll see how influential they really are.
We'll see how it works. I was like, this is brilliant on both ends.
Yes. You made me think of my son. My son, Dad, that's so meta.
Yeah.
Like, Do you know what that means? I actually used that in a better context than I would have known, but no, it'll be interesting. I'll watch one. I'll give it a shot. I'll watch it once, and just be like, is this interesting? Is this going to be worth keeping a eye on? I don't know. My first reaction was,
yeah. Oh yeah. I think it's a little cringy for sure. I don't know. I see enough of this on my daily Twitter and Instagram feeds and stuff. Like, I don't know if I want to log on to a TV to see. Oh man.
Read my lips. No.
Probably not.
Yeah. I'll get some candy though from Mars.
Yeah,
Mars Wrigley.
So we'll see. But look, these guys, let's face it, the irony of this, which is what you were talking about a little bit, this audience doesn't watch linear TV.
Right.
So let's get a TV show where we bring them to watch TV.
There's always there's already a YouTube series where it's called America's Next Top Influencer. It was similar, but they had little relay games and stuff too. That one was extremely cringy, but this is a great Cody Co reaction video to that. Highly recommend. But yeah, I don't know if it'll work. That was for the audience group, but I think people were watching it kind of to make fun of it. So we'll see if that happens here.
We will have to see. That's all we've got for this week's news. Any final thoughts here, Mr. Hill?
Eat some donuts. Keep your data. Stay on top of things.
Hey, I like it. It could be a t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
Making the donuts. Get out there and have a donut, people. We had to have made you hungry at this point. So we really appreciate Josh Hill and everyone that follows along on the Radcast. We're at theradcast.com and at the.rad.cast on Instagram. I'm at Ryan Alford on all the channels. We'll see you next time on the Radcast.